Now that we have the blessings of the Almighty, I invite our respected HOD Chemistry, Ajay Madan sir, a strong pillar of the CMS Kanpur Road campus since its very inception, for introducing our national and international teams for the day.
Welcome to International Youth Day, Epiphany 2021. And the participating teams are right here on the screen. Let's welcome Bir Shreshtha Noor Mohammed Public College, Bangladesh. Cambrian School and College, Bangladesh. St. Spirit College, Mauritius. Bright Future Secondary School, Nepal. Galaxy Public School, Nepal. Java Model English Secondary School all the way from Nepal. Nirvana Academy from Nepal. And coming all the way from Pakistan, we have Modern Age Public School and Girls College and Modern Age Public School and Boys College all the way from Pakistan. And coming all the way from Sri Lanka is Dharmapala Mahavidyalaya, Singh Central School, Mahanama College, Colombo 03, all the way from Sri Lanka. Coming all the way from Thailand is Assumption College EB Campus as Assumption College MLP Campus, Thailand. And our national teams across India, Adarsh Public School, New Delhi, Air Force, Bal Bharati School, New Delhi, St. Anandram Jaipuria School, Kanpur, Bhavan Vidyalaya, Panchkula, St. Anandram School, Bluebells Model School, Gurugram, Delhi Public School, Bareilly, Delhi Public School, Gomtinagar Extension, Lucknow, Funnish Language, West Bengal, Honor College, Aliganj, Lucknow, Lucknow International Public School, Lucknow Public College, Radhapuram Campus, again from the host city Lucknow, Kejriwal Vidyapeeth, Lucknow, Kolkata. I stand corrected, the Kejriwal Vidyapeeth, Kolkata, Mount Carmel College, Lucknow, Nurture International School, Kanpur, Outreach School, Bangalore, India, Shooting House, Kanpur, and from the host city, St. Philonis College, Stella Maris, Inter College, City Montessori School, Radhapuram, City Montessori School, Aliganj Campus 1, City Montessori School, Gomtinagar Campus, Lucknow, City Montessori School, Gomtinagar Extension, City Montessori School, Mahanagar Campus, City Montessori School, Station Road Campus, last and not the least, the host campus, City Montessori School, Kanpur Road, and wishing all the best to all the national and international teams to Epiphany 2021.
Thank you, respected Madan sir, for introducing our very competent national and international teams for the day. A stream of wisdom and knowledge, one of the strongest pillars of CMS's edifice, whose footprints we follow to shine in our lives. The personality who is prudent, pragmatic, and dynamic, tirelessly working for the betterment of our students and staff members. Our dear Principal Ma'am, Dr. Vinita Kamran, who is always there to bless us, and without her blessings, every event is incomplete. So, may I now have the honor of inviting our dynamic, zestful, spirited, endearing captain of the CMS Kanpur Road ship for her welcome address.
Most honored Dr. Amrita Das, a leading educationist and a world-renowned career consultant, Dr. Jagdish Gandhi, Founder Manager, City Montessori Schools, Honorable Founder Director, Dr. Mrs. Bharati Gandhi, Respected President and Managing Director, Dr. Geeta Gandhi Kenton, our Chief Executive Officer, Mr. Roshan Gandhi, dear teachers and students from various countries, namely Bangladesh, Mauritius, Nepal, Thailand, Sri Lanka, Pakistan, and India. It is my proud privilege to welcome you all to Epiphany 2021, the virtual International Youth Day celebrations by City Montessori School, Kanpur Road campus. As you all know, International Youth Day was designated by the United Nations in 1999 and is meant as a great opportunity for governments and other organizations to draw attention to youth issues worldwide and create opportunities for their empowerment. In a message about International Youth Day, the first woman Director General of UNESCO, Irina Bokova, wrote, "Young people are not only our future, they are our present. They are the most connected, the most outspoken, and the most open-minded generation the world has ever seen." Thus, we are celebrating this day to give a platform to the voices of the youth and to emphasize their cardinal role in societal transformation. Dear youngsters, you are the hope and light of the world. You have boundless creative energy, resourcefulness, and ingenuity. You have the potential to be critical thinkers, change makers, innovators, communicators, statesmen, and great leaders. Besides bringing fresh perspective, our youth also has the power to act and mobilize others. Therefore, as educators and responsible global citizens, we have monumental and momentous role to play in this regard. We need to ensure that we create conducive conditions for the blossoming and harnessing of their amazing talents and potentials. Give them the best of experiential and integrated learning opportunities, address their emotional and psychological conflicts and insecurities, ensure the protection of their rights, liberate them in body, mind, and spirit, elevate their self-esteem, and make them both conscious and conscientious citizens. Dear students, Epiphany 2021 is a small initiative by our school in this direction, where we shall be organizing an online research study presentation competition on the topic. Our topic is Sustainable Future Potential of Youngsters Must Be Harnessed for Future Viability. Because our discerning youths will be the architects of a happy, progressive, and sustainable future and an inclusive, egalitarian world unblemished by the melodies of the contemporary times. I once again warmly welcome you all to the epiphany of ideas where thoughts not only live, but they travel also far away. It gives me boundless joy to see the best schools of the world participating on a common platform. We would have loved to host you in person, but you know these are COVID times. But whenever the conditions are favorable, we'll be calling you in person. Thus, a big thank you to you all for consenting to participate in this joyous event. I'm also grateful to Mrs. Shipra Vajpayee, our Vice Principal, Mrs. Ashna Pearl, ICSC in charge, Mrs. Swaranlata, our convener for the conference, Mr. Vaibhav Srivastav, our deputy convener for the conference, and the entire English department, and other team also, the members who have helped them out fully and wholeheartedly, because it's a teamwork, who have helped them out in this great endeavor. I'm very grateful to Mr. R.K. Singh, who is the head of the computer and multimedia section and our films division also, because without him, this event wouldn't have been possible. So a big thank you to you all, and over to the little leaders now. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It is indeed an honor to be guided, motivated, and inspired by you. Nothing can dim the light which shines from within. The lighting of lamp is not just kindling a splinter, but enlightening joy, happiness, and hope in all of our hearts. So let us proceed to the joyous and radiant lighting of the lamp. I thank all the respected dignitaries for giving such a wonderful and a blessed start to today's event. Come celebrate the youthful energy, the young day, the craziness, the never say die spirit, the unending faith, the desire to attain the unattainable. CMS Kanpur is all about an institution that strives to provide for the well-being and all-round development of our youth. An institution that strives towards developing its students into total quality persons by instilling in them the very virtues of brotherhood, unity, and peace. It is achieving its vision by maximizing opportunities for children through holistic education, value-based education of the and through initiatives that promote unity and meaningful social action for development. Our campus boasts of the stately school edifice, and the state-of-the-art infrastructure complements the progressive and holistic education imparted here. The school, with a galaxy of dedicated and enterprising teachers, is a cradle for virtues and has been scaling new heights and setting new benchmarks in almost every educational and co-curricular activity. So, let us now enjoy a beautiful cinematic view of our CMS Kanpur branch.
The world's largest school by pupils in the service of imparting global education for world unity and peace at City Montessori School. Process is more important. Infrastructurally, Montessori School campus is extensively
There is no sound. I don't know whether that's only me or there's no sound for everybody.
There is no sound attack.
the Rosio Award winner CMS, the campus with the support of parents and families during the 20th International Conference of Chief Justices of the World 2019 organized the CMS Diamond Jubilee celebration commemorating 60 glorious years of joy of service through education of young children. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a Diamond Jubilee celebrations today. Celebrating drummers, ladies and gentlemen, fast approaching, we have the banner of the glorious journey of City Montessori School. And you can see the logo there, ladies and gentlemen, the logo of the Diamond Jubilee of City Montessori School Education. Journey back again, 60 years old, 1959. And what is this that we see approaching?
Recording in progress.
Jagat. Holding in the hands the banner of
a kind of conviction. They are ready to vote for unity.
There comes a time when we hear a certain call, when the world must come together as one. There are people dying, and it's time to lend a hand to life, the greatest gift of all. We can go on, pretending day by day that someone, somewhere is still making change. We are all a part of God's great big family.
unifying the world. The principles fly high in the air, messengers of peace and unity.
Campus focuses on value-based quality education. It is the first school in the world to implement industry's concept of quality control in education. Glimpses from the 22nd International Students Quality Control 2019. The campus successfully organized the second National Council for the Indian School Certificate Examination CISCE tournament. The school hosts the International School Cricket Premier League, glimpses from the 5th ISCPL 2018. The campus is committed towards meeting the aspirations of large number of parents who have made CMS their first choice of school for their children to become both good and smart and total quality persons. Jai.
The great presentation which has left all of us spellbound and mesmerized. CMS believes in the motto of Jai Jagat, the philosophy of Vasudev Kutumbakam, and the foundation of unity, brotherhood, and harmony laid down by our respected founders. We believe that individually we are just a drop of water, but together we are an ocean. To enlighten us with the golden rule of unity in diversity, here are the diligent and resolute students of the campus with the all-religion prayer.
संसार
by the students of the senior section. And I feel the message this event conveyed was even louder and profound. CMS emphatically underscores the philosophy of Vasudhaiv Kutumbakam. World needs to stand united against all kinds of discrimination and against any aggressive fundamentalism. Today's world reiterates the struggle for existence, and the key is peaceful coexistence. So, we present to you an event which sends across a profound message for peace and unity. The majestic World Unity Prayer by our very own campus students.
Article 51C of the Indian Constitution states that, I quote, the state shall endeavor to promote international peace and security, maintain just and honorable relations between foster respect for international laws and encourage settlement of international disputes by arbitration. I unquote.
I am an empowered, conscious, and conscientious world citizen. I have emerged from the City Montessori School philosophy of Jajagat and Vasudhaiv Kutumbakam, and the precept of the oneness of God and mankind. The iconic international events organized here have imbued me with an unprecedented global perspective. I epitomize the elixir of love and harmony, for it is progressive education that makes us discern the unity underlying the apparent diversity in the world. The Montessori School philosophy finds its manifestation in these trying fight against the deadly virus. As a world citizen, I feel without global collaboration, this common enemy of mankind cannot be defeated. So it is imperative for all of us to empathize with our fellow brethren and be united in mind, heart, and spirit. May unity prevail in all the countries of the world.
We are the land of the Red Indians and the ancient Mayan civilization. Despite being troubled by its own conflicts and captured by several imperial powers, phenomenal leaders guided the way to liberty and liberalism. Our world-famous learning centers like Harvard, Yale, and Massachusetts are the fountainheads of peace and unity. Martin Luther King's insightful words: if we are to have peace on our earth, we must develop a global perspective, are truly inspiring and enlightening. May unity prevail on earth. I pray for the people of North America. May unity prevail in North America.
South America is a bouquet of exceptional educational institutions, colorful carnivals, exciting football matches, and the mesmerizing moves of the samba. Hugo Chavez said, holistic education can be the bridge to connect hearts. May unity prevail on earth. I pray for the people of South America. May unity prevail in South America.
With the revolutionary thoughts of great thinkers, Europe emerged from the dark ages, crowned with liberty, equality, and fraternity. The fall of the Berlin Wall marked a new phase in its history. We gave the world some of its greatest teachers and excellent seats of learning. Who can forget Victor Hugo's stirring words? I quote, "You can't resist an invading army. You cannot resist an idea whose time has come." I unquote. May unity prevail on earth. I pray for the people of Europe. May unity prevail in Europe.
Home of the Aborigines, Australia today is an amalgamation of cultures and communities from all over the world. The education imparted at the world-famous seats of learning is unparalleled. Australia provides significant support in the United Nations peace-building efforts through the United Nations peace-building architecture. Here, I would like to quote Pauline Hanson's seminal words: "To survive in peace and harmony, united and strong, we must have one nation, one people, and one flag. May unity prevail on earth. I pray for the people of Australia. May unity prevail in Australia." After a series of explorations, Africa emerged from darkness to light as a continent rich in culture and traditions. Then came the leaders who gave a clarion call for peace and equality. Nelson Mandela's timelessly sagacious words paved the way to an enlightened future, and I quote, "To deny people their basic human rights is to challenge and undermine the very essence of humanity." I unquote. May unity prevail on earth. I pray for the people of Africa. May unity prevail in Africa. Bright colors of culture, the beauty of multifarious religions and faiths, and the variegated races living together. Asia as a whole is a veracious example of peace. The opposer of peace, Ban Ki-moon, who served as the 8th United Nations Secretary General, took vital initiatives, including the New Horizons Peace Initiative. He said, and I quote, "Defeating racism, tribalism, intolerance, and all forms of discrimination will liberate us all, victim and perpetrator alike." I unquote. May unity prevail on earth. I pray for the people of Asia. May unity prevail in Asia. Meaningful education can make us realize our ethical obligation towards our pluralistic societies and bring about peaceful coexistence and sustainable development. The illustrious journey of CMS is dotted with phenomenal milestones, accolades, honors, and awards, including the UNESCO Award for Peace Education and the Gusi Peace Prize. During the turbulent times of the pandemic, the CMS management and the teachers worked tirelessly in keeping hope afloat amidst the deluge of despair. Let us salute the missionary zeal, the altruistic vision, and the innovative ideas of its founders, who dreamt of unifying the world through holistic education and pledged to manifest the spirit and legacy of the movement called City Montessori School in our words and deeds. May unity prevail on earth. I pray for all the continents of the world. May unity prevail on earth. May unity prevail on earth. May unity prevail on earth.
In my dream, children sing a song of love for every boy and girl. The sky is blue, the fields are green. The laughter is the language of the world. Then I wake and all I see is a world full of people and things. Tell me why for one world is no ordinary different land. We for one world is no ordinary different land. This is the plea of a world that is hungry for peace. This is the plea of a world that is hungry for peace. Let all men come together. Let all men live together happily forever and ever, singing the song of unity, singing the song of unity. Let there be unity on earth. 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 Let's head to wipe our tears and unite to overcome our fears. Then sing a symphony, having love, peace, and harmony. Let there be unity on earth. Let there be unity on earth. Let there be unity on earth. Forever and ever to be. Forever and ever to be. Forever and ever to be.
So that was mesmerizing word unity prayer by the students of CMS Kanpur Road campus. What a grandeur presentation. Epiphany 2021, and I take this opportunity to recognize the benign presence of Miss Syria, principal, and other dear friends from Assumption Samudra Prakaran School, Thailand. I also recognize the kind presence of Mrs. Sumira Wahid, co-principal, and dear friends from Modern Age School, Pakistan. We also cordially welcome Mr. Niranjan Adhikari, Quality Circle expert, all the way from Nepal. We also have with us Mrs. Prabha Dhunua and dear friends from St. Spirit College, Mauritius. We also recognize the kind presence of Mr. P.R. Kalu Bovila, the principal, and dear friends from Dharmapala School, Sri Lanka. And last but not the least, we have one very veteran faculty with us, all the way from Johns Hopkins University, Baltimore, United States, Professor Syed Ali. We recognize the kind presence and accord them once again a great welcome at Epiphany 2021.
Thank you, respected Madam sir. They believed they could, so they did it. CMS has added uncountable feathers to the hat of success. We are proud, grateful, and honored to have some of these precious gems from CMS with us here today. First, we have Sir Vibhor Shukla, a software development engineer at Amazon Web Services based in Washington.
Hello everyone, I am Vibhor Shukla. I am a pass out of 2011 from CMS Kanpur branch, and I'm really honored to be included in this virtual alumni meet. Right now, I'm working as a software engineer at Amazon Web Services based out of Seattle, and I'm here to put forward my journey in CMS Kanpur branch and how it helped me shape a good future for myself. I would not take longer than 3 or 4 minutes of your time. So let's start with the concept of leadership. I remember being the comparer in the model classes and being the comparer in the daily assemblies. I really got confidence in how to speak in front of an audience and how to have a present mind. Being the head boy at that very young age gave me a sense of responsibility and guiding the set of office bearers at that time. There's a very peculiar concept at CMS, the exposure to international events, and events like Quality Circle really gave me an exposure to the international community at that time and how to organize events and make those a success. I also got a concept of work ethic in which I started to realize the amount of work that you put in will always equal to the amount of output that you receive. I used to imagine myself at the top of the class, being ahead in the procession that used to occur in the annual functions. And with that motivation in mind, I used to put an equal amount of effort in my academics on a daily basis. I remember the love and attention of the CMS teachers, which gave me huge boost to work harder in the academics. Also, I used to love the fact that Principal Ma'am, Dr. Mrs. Vinita Kamran, used to come to our morning assembly on a frequent basis and with her great quotes that used to charge us up. I'm really indebted to my teachers who gave me confidence in myself as well as a sense of belief in myself. In all, I would like to cherish my time at CMS, and whenever I come to India, I make it a point that I go back to CMS, meet as many teachers as possible, and try to live my student years again. So this was my account of the contribution CMS Kanpur branch has in my current life, and it will continue to have in the future ahead. So thank you everyone. Have an awesome day. Bye.
Thank you so much, sir, for your gracious words. Next, we have Dr. Meetu Agarwal, MD in Pathology, Senior Specialist in the Department of.
There's no sound. There's no audio.
Ma'am, she's on mute.
You'll have to redo it, please.
We have to request her to unmute.
I don't know if it's a video they're running or if it's.
I think the media host have.
Obviously, saving take up teachers can also if the teachers have already completed the revision of answer and also prescribed in the
More than the degrees I earned later in life, what defined me was the platform I got and what the teachers taught me in my formative years of CMS. Well, I used to host assemblies, participate in peace prayers, world parliaments. I was an office bearer back then. I loved to be a marshal at the parent teacher meets. The concoction of experiences was truly global, to say the least. But I still cherish the trophies that I earned in school as a part of how the teachers and the system motivated me when I did my best. Not to forget the feedback mechanisms, the home visits, those camps, and so much more. But one thing, I was oblivion of what I really wanted to be in life back then. So today, when I look back, I realize that it was my CMS teachers who supported the skills I had unconditionally, be it my communication or the language, the creative writing, or even the singing skills for that matter. But they also never compromised on academics, at which we all strive to be better at, right? My request to all of you would be to respect and emulate what the school and its pedagogy teaches you. Trust me, it is to bring out the best in you, to churn out the best in you as you set out to discover what you love doing. Competition and collaboration, amongst many other virtues, is something that I learned from my teachers at CMS, and how important these virtues are when you face that world out there head on. So, just like to wrap up by saying that I have a heart of gratitude towards my CMS teachers, support staff for the most accommodative nurturing, both for my talent and also for the mistakes that I committed also back then. Their comprehensive approach as a guardian makes me who I am along with my family. Thank you for teaching me to be a world citizen who can literally, I would say, march fearlessly. Thank you, City Montessori School, for making a difference to my life. Jai Jagat.
Thank you, ma'am, for sharing your experience with us. Next, we have Mr. Sandeep Srivastava, Director, Emerging Market, Microsoft India Development Center, Hyderabad.
Hello everyone, my name is Sandeep Srivastava. I passed out of CMS batch of 1997. I did my 10th ICSC and ISC from CMS. I was the batch topper for both 10th and 12th. Subsequently, I went down to do my computer science engineering from IIT Bombay. I did Shadi.com. I did first campus startup from IIT Bombay. And then I did algorithmic trading in the National Stock Exchange of India for around 8 years before I joined Microsoft. In Microsoft, I have been part of a number of startup products as well as I've been part of growing billion-dollar businesses. Currently, I am the director for emerging market in the India Development Center at Microsoft. When I go back to my school memories, one of the specific things that shaped my outlook and that I continue to consider as my foundation, even till this date as I have grown as a professional, is the emphasis on the culture. I think the amount of emphasis that CMS paid at culture was quite amazing. And back then, as a child, I could not understand the value of it until I got into the professional life. I remember those days when early in the morning, Dr. Jagdish Gandhi and Bharati Gandhi would come down to the campus and they would give us those pearls of wisdom, which will talk about two philosophies, one around Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam and the other one about how we need to be in our life, how we ought to live our life, what our value system needs to be, and how the balance of good education and value system, which is IQ and EQ, really defines you as a human being. I remember one specific pearl that Dr. Jagdish Gandhi shared when I was a when I was one of the students listening to the early morning lecture. He said, no matter what you do in your life, make sure you are giving it your best, because when you give it your best, you will be satisfied and you'll be happy with what you're delivering. And when you do that, success is bound to happen. Success by your own yardstick is bound to happen. So that is my advice to everyone, every new generation member. I'm happy to spend time with the kids at CMS if it helps to mentor them and make sure that I can share whatever I have learned growing up as a professional outside of the small city of Lucknow, and growing up as a world citizen, which is what CMS always paid emphasis on. How we ought to be when we are world citizen, how we need to keep our biases aside, and we need to be a world citizen with a focus on world peace and harmony, being respectful of every culture and every religion and every country, treating every human being equally. Those are the values that have stayed with me. With the bottom of my heart, I would like to thank uh, my principal, ma'am, Dr. Vinita Kamran, my beloved teacher, our founder, Dr. Jagdish Gandhi, and Dr. Bharti Gandhi, and all the teachers who were part and parcel of the foundation of our growth.
Thank you, sir, for your kind words. Next, we have Sir Atri Chaturvedi, incoming analyst, American Express, USA.
Hey everyone, I hope everyone is doing great. I am Atri Chaturvedi, a computer science engineering graduate of 2021 batch from Vellore Institute of Technology, Vellore. I recently interned with American Express, which is the world's largest credit card company, as an analyst intern. I'll be joining the same as a full-time employee in 1 week. Coming to my relationship with CMS, I am a CMS alumni of 2017 batch. CMS has played a vital role in my development as a person in terms of interpersonal communication skills and my personality development. The reason being the awesome teachers that guide you step by step, not only in the academic space, but also in all walks of life. They help you become a better version of yourself. And I would also like to express my sincere gratitude towards my principal, Mrs. Vinita Kamran ma'am, for being so approachable and supportive throughout my tenure in CMS. And lastly, I'm very much grateful for this opportunity, for being able to interact with you all, and I'm looking forward to the event.
So much, sir, for your gracious words. Due to some technical glitch earlier, we will listen to Dr. Meetu Agarwal, MD in Pathology, Senior Specialist in the Department of Pathology at VMMC and Safdarjung Hospital, New Delhi again.
Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Neetu Agrawal and I'm a pass out of the first batch of CMS Kanpur Road. I've done my MBBS and thereafter MD Pathology. Uske baad I have worked in a couple of institutes in Delhi like Lady Harding Medical College and done my training from prominent institutes in Hyderabad. Currently I'm working as a pathologist under the central government in Safdarjung Hospital and VMMC. मैं मेरे मेडिकल जर्नी का काफ़ी क्रेडिट CMS को और मेरे सारे टीचर्स को स्पेशली बायो के सर मनोज सर को दूंगी. मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि कहीं ना कहीं सब्जेक्ट पैशन की शुरुआत वहीं से हुई थी. इसके अलावा मेरी टीचर गार्जियन शकुंतला मैम, जिन्होंने मेरे मन में हिंदी को लेकर बहुत प्यार जगाया है और मैं आज भी हिंदी भाषा का बहुत बहुत प्रयोग करती हूँ, बहुत स्ट्रांगली बिलीव करती हूँ अच्छी हिंदी होने में. So I want to thank all of my teachers. Regarding CMS, I feel कि अब से कुछ समय पहले जब competition और competitive sense का उतना ज़्यादा trend नहीं था, तब भी in Lucknow CMS was one school जो कि अपने students को competition के लिए तैयार करना, उन्हें हमेशा focused तरीके से आगे बढ़ने के लिए inspire करता था. So the importance of good quality academics and competition was something that they always laid stress on. This passion was transmitted from the principal to the teachers to the students and from students to students. So it went a long way in shaping all of our futures. So I want to thank all my teachers and wish good luck to all the current and the future students of CMS. May you continue to rise and achieve great heights and add fame, add more feathers to the CMS family.
I thank all the respected and very successful CMS alumni for sharing their enlightening views and valuable experiences. CMS creates lifetime learners who are trained to constantly upgrade and hone their skills and knowledge, and its triumphant alumni from almost all fields very rightfully represent the same. Without music, life would be a mistake. Ladies and gentlemen, the school band of CMS Kanpur Road campus has shown its brilliance, exceptional skill, radiance, and expertise at different platforms. No obstacle or hurdle could ever defeat their determination, dedication, and passion. With this, we proceed to a melodious and fascinating orchestra by our very own school band, the Harbingers of Peace, playing the tune Imagine. has the capacity to see beauty, and anyone who keeps the ability to see beauty never grows old. These very lines resonate beautifully with our keynote speaker for today. I now invite our very respected HOD Chemistry, Mr. Ajay Madan sir, a rock solid support for the CMS Kanpur Road branch since its very inception, a very senior, sincere, and dedicated teacher to introduce our esteemed guest for today.
Thank you, Anamika. Thank you so much. And indeed, it's my proud privilege to introduce one of the very eminent figure in the field of education and career making, Dr. Amrita Das. Dr. Amrita Das is a renowned educationist and career consultant. She established the Institute for Career Studies in 1985 and pioneered career counseling and guidance services in India. A multifaceted personality, Dr. Das serves on the boards of many prestigious public schools and institutes of higher learning. She has been an advisor to the Small Industries Development Bank of India, what we call SIDBI. She is a member of Steering Committee on Women and Child Development, Planning Commission in the 9th Five-Year Plan, ex-officio Director of the State Bank of India. She was recently appointed Member Steering Committee for the Implementation of National Education Policy 2020 Uttar Pradesh government. Dr. Das has participated in many international conferences, including major United Nations ones, and she has visited universities the world over as a resource person and is a columnist for leading dailies. Acknowledged for her deep knowledge, insights, and futuristic vision, she recently organized 2 conferences on education 4.0 and Careers 4.0, the first ever events of their own kind in the world. Her professional and philanthropic contributions have won her many accolades. Her biography was included in the Who's Who in the World 2015 32nd edition for exemplary contribution in the fields of education and career guidance. Dr. Das has been honored with the TCS Women Achiever of the Year Award. Under her leadership, ICS has benefited over more than 450,000 students in more than 1,000 leading institutions across the world. ICS has also been recognized with the Times Group Award for the Excellence in Education. In February 2020, Dr. Das was featured on the cover page of CEO Insights magazine as a trailblazer guiding the nation towards an enlightened destiny. We recognize you, ma'am. This digital platform is all yours, Dr. Amrita Das.
Thank you, esteemed Dr. Jagdish Gandhi, Dr. Bharti Gandhi, Mrs. Geeta Gandhi Kingdon, Mr. Roshan Gandhi, Ms. Susmita Basu, Dr. Vinita Kamran, and august audience of judges, principals, coordinators, teachers, very dear participants and students. It's an immense privilege and pleasure to be in your midst for this signature global event. Grateful thanks to CMS for this huge honor. I would like to congratulate the organizing branch, CMS Kanpur Road, for such a spectacular inaugural session. CMS is the only school in the world, and I repeat, the only school in the world that organizes such meaningful global events with the objective of fostering peace, harmony, unity, and true youth leadership. This is something which has really given young people a platform for leadership and for a platform to become change makers. When we were growing up in school, we were told we are being taught to be leaders of tomorrow. Students, you are leaders of today. You are part of Generation Z, so aware. You had global awareness and exposure. And I would like you to recognize the fact that you have the power of now, the power to be leaders of today, not tomorrow. I have so many examples for you. One right from CMS, where Anand Krishna Mishra started a school, and he has run this school very successfully as a student for underprivileged children. Then Tarini of Modern School Vasant Vihar during the COVID lockdown translated all the learnings for students in rural areas, students who didn't have access to digital platforms, and they could hear her voice through the videos that she made available. So many students displayed leadership during the very traumatic and difficult times of the COVID lockdown. They faced tragedy, but they reached out to those who needed them most. So I know students of so many schools were part of helplines. Students contributed their pocket money to be able to provide students who did not have access to digital phones or platforms, digital phones. So, students, your leadership is awesome. And I want each one of you to recognize that potential and make a difference. So, I would also like to share with you now that all of you can be that entrepreneur, that teacher, that inventor, that writer, that social worker of today. You don't have to wait for tomorrow. It is you who have taught us, the grown ups, the importance of sustainable development. And I'm so happy that that is a theme for this event, sustainability, because we have hit ground zero. It's a red alert. Unless all of you join hands to make a difference, we are doomed. You have to actually lift us out of this very, very critical state that the entire world is in. And I know you can do it. See, here's a 17-year-old girl, Greta Thunberg of Sweden. She made a big noise, and the politicians and leaders of the world heard her. So you have to be continuously making that effort and initiative in a collaborative way. So I would like to also share with you some very, very interesting terms and concepts which have impacted us, and they are global terms and concepts. The first one I want to share with you is ikigai. Ikigai is a Japanese term for finding purpose and meaning in life. And you find maximum purpose and meaning in life when you are able to reach out to make a difference. So, if you were to start with it, the concept starts with doing what you're passionate about, what you love, doing what you are great at, bringing the two together, and then reaching out in a meaningful way so that you find purpose in life, so that you find happiness in life. So I would like you to remember this term ikigai for yourself, to find a meaningful career for yourself and a career through which you would be able to make a difference. So once again, identify what you love doing, what you're passionate about. Then collaborate with others to see what you can do in this field. Bring together what you're great at, what gives you, say, the best marks, what gives you awards. And at the cross section of this would lie your dream career. And what is a dream career? A dream career is one that gives you recognition as well as remuneration. You are then in a position to reach out and make a difference. The next term I want to share with you is Ubuntu. It's an African term which means reaching out to others with the purpose of humanity. The concept of I am because we are. So collaborate with other young people from across the world to make a difference, to make a difference to our world, to make it a better world, to make it a world where each one can say that they found their ikigai, a world which is environmentally friendly, a world which is sensitive and kind and humane, a world where you work for peace and harmony. So I would like to conclude with the ripple effect. The ripple effect is that if your life works, you impact your family. If your family's life works, the family impacts the community. If the community works, the community impacts the nation. And if your nation works, the nation impacts the world. And so the ripple effect spreads throughout the universe. I wish you all the best as you participate in these 2 days. May you set into motion a commitment and the ripple effect to make a difference, to make a difference for once again bringing peace and harmony and understanding center stage. So, all the very best to each one of you. May you thrive in your respective fields. May you become leaders in your respective fields. And I have a small submission. The end of this 2 days grand program, which has brought you together, should be the beginning of a long association for networking meaningfully with each other for a beautiful future. Thank you all very much. All the best.
Thank you, ma'am, for sharing your tremendous knowledge and inspiring words with us. Abundance of knowledge, a humble personality, a prominent educationist. Her colossal strength and perpetual support are assets to the entire CMS fraternity. I feel deeply honored inviting the President and Managing Director of City Montessori School, Dr. Geeta Gandhi Kingdom Ma'am, for her blessings and kind words.
Thank you very much. The young person who is comparing this event so beautifully, I'd like to start with commending her. And I'd also like to thank very much Dr. Amrita Das, who gave such a wonderful, meaningful address just now. Young people who are attending this event, I hope you took very good note, because in fact, when I was thinking about what I would say, it is so similar to what Dr. Das has just been saying. What I would have said it, I mean, I'm saying it probably is something very similar, but in slightly different words, maybe, that youth is a time of idealism. Youth is a time when a person is going through profound change in their thinking. They're looking at the world for the first time. Before youth, they are just looking at their family before the stage of youthhood is reached. They are just confined to their family and their school. But when they are youth, they are for the first time looking at the world. They ask questions. They care a great deal about justice. They care about fairness. They're very idealistic. You know, Clemenceau, who was a French thinker, he's credited with having said that a young man who's not a radical has no heart, and an old man who's not a conservative has no head. But I would like to disagree with him, because, you see, we need that all of us, even as we age, that we keep our idealism. We don't become conservatives. We need to continue to have the passion that we want to change the world. But yes, let us acknowledge the truth, which is that the youth have more of that passion. And that's why so much hope is pinned on youth. for changing the world. That's why, Dr. Amrita Das also referred to this time, this very special time where you've left your childhood behind, but you've not yet reached adulthood. And prime of one's life is the heyday of one's life. And if in this time one can be of resolve, set yourself noble goals, they will take you very far. I would also in the example of Greta Thunberg, because you see, what I was thinking about is this, that how can youth get engaged in the affairs of the world? There's a saying in the teachings of the Baha'i faith, you should be anxiously concerned about the affairs of the age in which you live. Youth should be anxiously concerned about the affairs of the age in which they live. But how can they be? How can they make their voices count? Well, I wondered about that throughout the 1990s. I was a youth from late 1970s, and through the 1980s, I was a youth. And then perhaps I would describe myself as an adult in the 1990s. But I wondered at that time, how could the voices of the youth count? And throughout the 2000s and, reaching 2010, throughout the 2010s to 2020. And it suddenly dawned on me when Greta Thunberg made her, appearance on the scene, on the international stage, and what she had to say, this initially 14-year-old, but probably by the time she became well known for what she was doing, probably 15 or 16-year-old. And she asked the leaders of the world, how dare you treat the world in this way and leave nothing for us later on? If you ruin the world now through your greed for the current generation, what are you going to leave for us youth, who are today youth, and when we are older, what will be there for us and for our children? So how is it that she became, it became such a massive movement throughout the world that it enrolled in its fold millions of youth throughout the world? And the answer is the social media. Social media made it possible for one youth's voice to reach millions of youth and to become a rallying point for galvanizing, mobilizing, young opinion, youth opinion. So social media is a very powerful tool that you have in your hands, youth, to change the world, to grow your idea. One young lady of this campus contacted me very persistently, and finally I did, give her time, and from the great Kanpur Road campus, and she got my time finally. She's established an NGO. She's a class 11 student at Kanpur Road campus of CMS. She established an NGO for women's rights and girls' rights, and so passionate, so committed. At a young age of maybe 16 or 17, she's doing this. And there are so many students in this campus that are doing this sort of humanitarian work. The Sustainable Development Goals, the SDGs of the United Nations. Goal number 4 is on education. There are 17 SDGs. Goal 4 is on education. It has 7 indicators. One of those 7 indicators is global citizenship education. Now, we at CMS did not call it global citizenship education when the school was founded in 1959 with the motto of Jai Jagat, victory to the world. In the immediate post-independence period, when the popular greeting of the day was Jai Bharat, Jai Hind, this school chose as its motto, as its founding ethic, Jai Jagat, which was revolutionary at the time, wishing the good of the whole world, victory to the whole world. That in seeing the victory of the whole world, we see our own victory. And so we have been doing global citizenship education, although we didn't call it that, throughout the whole period for the last 62 years. And now the whole of the rest of the world in 2015 realized it enough that we need this kind of education of diversity, respect for diversity, equality, care for the environment. These are the global values for today, of relevance for today. And these things we were already doing, but yes, all schools of the world need to do this. And we need to do it more effectively in our own school. We need to make it more curricular instead of it being just something that the founder manager comes and talks about, or that in our international events, we always have the World Unity Prayer that you just saw. We have been having that for the last maybe 20, 25 years. We always have, the All Religion Prayer, which celebrates the oneness of all religions, the source of all religions being one, the one singular God, howsoever many names we may have for this entity. So we've always done that, but we need now to make it more curricular. In the teaching of every subject, it needs to permeate. And there are wonderful examples of materials that have been developed by OECD, by Oxfam, by UNICEF for global citizenship education. Lots of materials now exist for this. And so we're very glad that we've been doing it, that our young people have been brought up with these values, but that we will do even more of that. We should take the oath today. So, yes, I loved hearing about Ikigai. I loved hearing about Ubuntu. And these are wholesome values, wholesome values. And youth would do very well to learn from these values and to try to imbibe them. I enjoyed hearing about those. So thank you so much to Dr. Kamran and to the amazing teachers of this great, great campus of CMS for thinking of organizing an event for youth. And we saw, when youth are given an opportunity, they are formidable, they are unstoppable. The job of a good school is not just to provide an excellent academic education and gain for children excellent marks in the examination. That is an important aspect of it, but that's not even half of it. What's truly important is that we assist children to gain a perspective on life, to develop their own identities, to forge their own values and discover their own ethics and be assisted in doing so. And I know that this campus has a very strong junior youth empowerment program, which is doing just that. And it's coming up with young people who are truly empowered, who have views of their own. They are not just opinions, they are informed opinions. They are considered opinions. They are based on reading a multiplicity of perspectives, honing your own views in the light of those perspectives. So this is education. And I know this campus is doing that in great swathes and great spades. Thank you so much for making me a part of this event. And thank you to Dr. Amrita Das as well for being here.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for inspiring, motivating, and guiding us always. A man with strong willpower who started the venture of providing education and values to the children with the glorious vision of a bright future, who has been striving hard to provide us with the soothing and cool shade of love and affection, our guardian, mentor, an apostle of peace and unity, an emblem of harmony, who gave us the motto of Jai Jagat. I heartily invite our dear founder manager, Dr. Jagdish Gandhi sir, for his blessings and meaningful words.
You just announce it once more, that'll help.
A man with strong willpower who started the venture of providing education
comes a time when we hear some call, when the world must come together as one. There are people dying, always dying to lend a hand to life, the greatest gift of all. We can go on pretending day by day that someone, somewhere, soon make a change. We are a part of God's great big family, and the truth, you know, love is all we need. We are the world, we are the children, we are the ones who make a brighter day. So let's start giving. There's a choice we're making. We're saving our own lives. It's true, we make a better day, just you and me. Oh, send your heart, so they know that someone cares, and their lives will be stronger and free. It's God has shown us by turning stones to bread, and we must lend a helping hand. We are the world, we are the children, we are the ones who make a brighter day. So let's start giving. There's a choice we're making. We're saving our own lives. It's true, we make a better day, just you and me. We are the world, we are the children, we are the ones who make a brighter day. So let's start giving. There's a choice we're making. We're saving our own lives. It's true, we'll make a better day, just you and me.
It was indeed a soulful performance. I'm sure the melodious sound is still tickling our eardrums. Strong root of the CMS family tree, a virtuous educationist, nurturing the students of CMS just like flowers, so that they could spread their fragrance in the world. Our most honorable founder manager, Dr. Bharti Gandhi ma'am, has always been our guiding light. Thank you so much, dear ma'am, for always nurturing us so affectionately, and we are sure our fragrance will be felt in the whole wide world. I request you to please come and bless the gathering and impart the vote of thanks.
It is a great privilege to participate in such a wonderful youth conference. My greatest, highest, renowned, and respected डॉक्टर अमृता दास जी ने इतना अच्छा बोला मैं तो उनकी भक्त हूँ। मैं तो उनके सामने अपने को बिल्कुल नाची समझती हूँ, क्योंकि मैंने उनकी प्रतिभा अमेरिका में देखी थी, स्टेट ऑफ द वर्ल्ड अफेयर्स में, सैन फ्रांसिस्को में बहुत बड़ी कॉन्फ्रेंस में आप इंडिया का प्रतिनिधित्व कर रही थी। मैंने बहुत सीखा, मेरी श्रद्धा उनकी दिनों दिन बढ़ती जाती है। सीएमएस के बच्चों को वो बहुत गाइड करती हैं, करियर गाइडेंस देती हैं। ऐसी महान महिला, इतनी महान शिक्षाविद, इतनी दिल से दूसरों की मदद करने वाली महान सेविका, मैं तो कहूँगी ट्रू क्रिश्चियन है। मैं उनको बहुत धन्यवाद देती हूँ। आदरणीय मैडम ने उन्हें बुलाया, सैयद अली जी भी हमारे यहाँ आए, चंदा निरंजन जी भी आई, जिया खान भी आई, गणेश कुमार भी आए, और हमारे जो सबसे अच्छा मुझे लगा डॉक्टर अमृता दास जी, कि हमारे एलुमनाई आए। कोई भी आदमी को, कुमार भी अपना जब घड़ा बनाता है तो बड़ा खुश होता है कि मैंने बनाया था घड़ा। तो ये बच्चे हमने बनाए, बहुत खुश होते हैं, हमारे आंखों में आंसू आ जाते हैं। इतना अच्छा बोलते हैं हम लोगों के बारे में, हम तो इतने अच्छे हैं भी नहीं। कहते हैं ये ऐसे बच्चे जो हैं, हम जैसे मुर्दों में भी जान डाल देते हैं। और इस सबको मिसेस डॉक्टर कामरान ने किया। उनको बहुत बहुत प्रणाम करती हूँ, उनको मैं बहुत तारीफ करती हूँ। शी इज माई रोल मॉडल, शी झांसी की रानी। whatever she does, it is on the top of the world. I must thank Dr. Madan. I must thank all the teachers, all the students, all the alumni, and Madam अमृता दास जी, और उनको बुलाने वाली डॉक्टर कामरान जी को बहुत धन्यवाद देती हूँ। विश यू ऑल द बेस्ट। जय जय।
थैंक यू, धन्यवाद।
वर्ल्ड गवर्नमेंट बनानी रह गई है बस।
डीपली ऑनर्ड।
डॉक्टर कामरान बना देंगी आपके आशीर्वाद से, मिस्टर दास, मिस दास। थैंक यू। जय जय।
Thank you, ma'am, for enlightening words. It was wonderful today. We request you all to join us for the competition tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. sharp. As the unseen yet omnipresent Almighty guides us through, we witness the winding up of today's events with the promise to meet tomorrow. I, with all humility, request everyone to please rise and stand tall and strong for the national anthem.
पंजाब सिंधु गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे।
Recording stop.